Hello everybody and welcome back to Exploration Mode, where it's been a while, hasn't it? I haven't been doing these. Mostly it's been a time constraint, and I also haven't had very many interesting things to cover, so it just kind of fell by the wayside. But it's not done. Obviously, I'm making one right now. So, the update 1.29 Manchu is now live for Europa Universalis 4. So we're going to be covering what exactly has changed here. This is bringing updates to the East Asian region with map changes, new events, and more. It's a free update, there is no DLC associated with it, and according to the first paragraph here, it's bringing East Asia a much-needed rebalancing. As someone who has been playing adjacent to East Asia, it needed it. It's too stale. Bringing greater historic parity between the Ming Empire and the Manchurian and Mongolian nations on its northern border. Alongside new events and changes to the regional map, the Manchu update also includes major technical upgrades to gear up for future updates. Features of the update include more detailed Northeast Asian map, new provinces, and greater historical that is the word, I almost said it wrong, but it is historical fidelity to Manchuria and Mongolia. Empire of China rebalance. The Celestial Throne should be something worth fighting for. New challenges in holding the title, but great bonuses for a wise emperor that can keep the Middle Kingdom together. Increased dynamism in the Ming Empire. Yes, that needed to happen. Changes to meritocracy and the Mandate encourage a more challenging and less static Ming experience. There are new historical events as well. Flavor events and new event chains that add greater depth and context to Ming and Manchu development through the game. As usual, previous saves should work, but we recommend that you avoid loading old saves made in 1.28.3 or earlier versions after updating to 1.29 to avoid unpleasant surprises. For instructions on how to play the game on a previous version, go there. So, this is a link, presumably, and it's going there, but that's fine. You access it through the Steam beta system, and to do that, let me just hop into my Steam library. In Europa here, you go to Properties, Betas, and then in here, if it gives me the drop down, it's not giving me the drop down. That's exciting. Maybe it's currently not doing it because the game is running, but you drop down here and then you can choose what version you want. That's how it's done. Now, yes, I am aware. I actually meant to go back into Chrome. So, with regard to my Tonga game, I am going to be continuing the Tonga game on 1.28.3. I'm not going to 1.29, so these changes will not affect my Tonga game. That said, these changes will affect any future Europa games that I play. So, let's take a look at the free features. Switch the game to 64-bit. That is nice. Having more memory and more performance is always good. Added unique national ideas to the Oirats, the Mongol Khanate, and Chagatai. Added Korean mission tree with 27 missions in total. Added a Temu Crisis event chain for Oirat and Ming. If the Oirats capture the Emperor and win the siege of Beijing, they can force the surrender of northern China. That's pretty neat. Added mission tree for the Mongols. Available to all countries with Mongol, Chahar, Khalkha, and Oirat primary culture. 15 missions available to all. One is unique to the Oirats. Okay. Added new Korean events. Reworked the Korean literati purge. Added a new event to Zungar cores to North and South Zungaria if Oirat has less than 10 cities after 1600. That's interesting. So a lot of these things are based on shaking up the Ming Empire with the Horde empires to the north, right? So that's pretty cool. I don't really like playing as hordes because I don't like the pillage mechanic, but I may have to try it. We'll see. Added new startup screens for the Jurchens and Mongols. Host can now be observer in multiplayer games. That is actually pretty neat. I like that. Ming's startup screen further elaborates on the realm's foreign and domestic challenges, including more recent additions to the game. Portions of Central Asia's province and area layout have been reworked. Added a bunch of new things here, blah 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 blah. Added startup screens. Basically, Japanese domains get a new unified mission tree. That I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to try one of the Japanese nations then. And then there's a bunch of game balance changes here. Being bankrupt will give will give negative mandate. That's nice. Having no meritocracy will cause corruption. Okay, I'm fine with this. Basically, anything that shakes up Ming, I'm okay with, because Ming is way too stable right now. But hopefully, AI will now consider its mandate if it needs to peace out. That's good. Added cultural map mode to lobby. That's a handy thing. Grasslands in simple terrain mode is a hue darker. Okay, I don't really use simple terrain mode, so that's fine. Tooltip for mandate increase now sums up to the actual value. That would be nice. And then some modding and script changes that I'm really not going to go over, and a whole bunch of bug fixes, which is always a good thing. So there we have it. The free update, which is primarily focused on shaking up Ming, which is absolutely necessary. More detailed map of Northeast Asia, rebalanced Empire of China. Yep, okay. So let's hop into a single player game here. And we are going to head over to Ming. Now, are we going to actually play as Ming, or should I play as one of the hordes? I've never really done a game as either. So, this should be interesting. Ming, of course, starts off in a fantastic position here. Is Ming listed as one of the interesting nations? It is not. Okay. We could play as one of the hordes. Mongolia starts as a vassal of Oirat. Okay, I was unaware of that. Chagatai and Yarkand are... Yarkand is a vassal of Chagatai. Uzbek is independent. Nogai and Kazan are as well. Fair enough. Then what about Manchuria? Is that something that needs to be formed? I guess so. Let's try a later start date, say 1453, and see what happens over here. Not a whole lot. 1492. Not a whole lot. 1508. Also not a whole lot. Let's jump up all the way to Revolutionary France, right near the end of the game. And we'll see what actually ends up happening over here. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, that's, you know, I've never really played this late. I usually start in the earlier ones for a longer game. But, Qing is there in 1756. What about 1701? Yeah, they're still there, but they haven't completed their conquest. 1579? Okay, so Mongolia expands and looks like takes over Oirat. It's exciting. So in 1444, I now need to choose whether I'm going to play as a horde for this little bit or Ming. I mean, this isn't going to be ongoing, right? This is going to be done in like 20 minutes. So let me hop into Oirat here. I don't really know the horde mechanics, but I just want to hop in and take a quick look around and see what's changed. Maybe if the horde unity thing has gotten a little better, maybe I'll be willing to play it, because I don't like the horde unity mechanic the way it exists, or existed, or will exist. I don't know, time is weird. Okay, the Mongol Empire of Genghis Khan is gone, its successor states reduced to infighting on the fringes of civilization. The once mighty Yuan dynasty, the domain of Kublai Khan, has been entirely driven out of China and retreated back to the steppe in shame. Though Mongolia still claims the Yuan emperorship, the mandate of heaven has shifted to the Ming, who seized power in the midst of a mass uprising against Mongol rule. Today, the Mongol Khan cannot even claim to rule the steppe, or even to rule independently. Most of Mongolia has fallen under the sway of a new Mongol power, the Oirat Confederation, led by Esen Taishi. Esen has great ambitions, refusing to pay tribute to the Ming. He is willing to fight their vast armies in a bid for dominance. If Esen were not such a brilliant military commander... Hang on, let's check that. Military skill 5, okay. If he's... Actually, Yeah, he's really good. The Western Mongols would be unlikely to accept such brash posturing. Khan Unbalad, sorry about the pronunciation, I'm sure that's awful, of the Korchin Mongols has carved out a respectable domain in eastern Mongolia. He too has grand ambitions to unite the Mongols, though his armies and abilities are more of a match for the divided Jurchens to the east than the consolidated forces of the Oirats. The Chagatai Khanate is the most stable of the Mongol successor states, though this does not hold it to a high standard. The Chagataids retain control over the land north of the Tian Shan Mountains, as well as over the Yarkand Emirate of the Tarim Basin. Many among the Mongols have adopted the Vajrayana faith, the Tibetan sect of Buddhism. For the last several centuries, this faith has coexisted peacefully with the traditional Mongol belief in Tengri, and the faith was even favored for a time under the Yuan. The Mongols must consider carefully their relations with Tibet and decide on how to deal with the matter of religion. Every Khan dreams of bringing unity to the Mongols and restoring Genghis Khan's great Mongol Empire. Thus far, all who have tried have only had short-lived success. But there is still time for a new Khan to rise to the challenge. So we're Tengri. That gives us minus 20% recruitment costs and plus 25% cavalry to infantry ratio. That is nice. Okay. We're also a Khanate. Okay. We use Horde Unity instead of Legitimacy, gained by raising development, looting provinces, and keeping the loyalty of the tribe's estate high. And that's why I don't like playing Hordes. I don't like raising development. It feels bad to me. So our Horde Unity is currently decaying by 3 per year. And, like, for example, if we were to raise this province, all the development will be lowered by 1. Wait, all the development or 1 level? Lowering its development level by 1. So, it's currently 4, so we would lose 1 of these areas? And that would gain us how much Horde Unity? This will give us 25 military power and 4 ducats of loot, and 2 Horde Unity. Their relation with us will worsen by 25, but we own that. So, like, we could raise these guys' province? Wait. Whose relation with us will worsen by 25%? Like, the province? That's not a thing. We can only raise provinces that we own and control, and only non-core provinces can be raised. So if we were to core these, like for example, if we were to core this, I just happened to choose one that wasn't cored, I guess. Is that the other one that isn't cored? That is. So like we can't raise this province. But we can raise this one. And I'm going to do it just as a test here, because I haven't played as a Horde in forever. So let's just go ahead and do this. That will give us 25 military power. Whose relation will worsen by 25? That's what I want to know. I bet it's Chagatai, because they have it cored. Yep, it's Chagatai. Okay. Good to know. And it did indeed raise. And now it can't be raised again for 20 years. So that forces us to expand and have a like constant flow of non-core provinces. So I think the gameplay loop at that point would be you raise it and then you core it. And then once it's cored, you can work it back up. But that means you're going to have to constantly expand if you do it that way. Can you raise vassal provinces? No. Okay, well, we're probably not going to go long enough here for Horde Unity to become a thing. Anyway, so let's go ahead and group all these guys up. Do we start with a truce? Let's see here. Conditional military access. Reconquest CB on Chagatai, Mongolia, and Ming. Mongolia's our vassal, so that's fine. They're rebellious, though. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's go come on down here, and we'll declare on Chagatai pretty much immediately. Who are these guys? They want to offer us an alliance. These dudes. They're pretty tiny. Would they be willing to be diplo-vassalized? No. We'd probably want to conquer them for Horde unity anyway, right? So we're going to decline that. Do we have a Reconquest CB on them? They're a tributary of Ming, so Ming would probably defend them, actually. Caradel, these guys here, they would almost certainly want to be a vassal. Except that they're a tributary of Ming. I'm going to decline them too for now, because I want to check something. Okay, so does this only change on the year tick? And also, does increasing our total development decrease our Horde unity? Because that's awkward. We can also convert provinces to Tengri, but we kind of don't care. Like, that's kind of a thing the Mongols did, is they just didn't care about that. So, our ruler is really, really good. Ming wants us to become a tributary. Our ruler is super not into that, so of course we're gonna do it. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to do it. That would be funny though. Okay. Ming is influencing Tondo. Good for you, Ming. Chagatai is allied with Nogai. And they'd probably get through Uzbek, is my guess. We have Mongolia, though. Let's just go ahead and declare this war with a Reconquest CB. Nogai would join in. Yarkand would as well. So we're just going to do this. And we could build additional troops. Realistically, we need more cavalry. Like, what is our infantry to cavalry ratio? We need, like, 25% infantry, I think. Something along those lines. Okay, you can come into Altay. You can come into Bekbalik. And I'm just hoping that we'll get one of our new events. But it does look like they've definitely added in a bunch of new things, which is nice. This is nice. I like this. Okay, you can go into their capital. The House of Sibirid. With the union of Essen and Hulin, we have gained not only a spouse, but also a new ally of the realm. This is a standard event. And this guy is not very diplomatic, but he's a Mongol and he's great at fighting. So, good for him. Okay, so they're invading us up over here. That's fine. They can do that. Like, we're currently sieging their capital. Ming is influencing Ryukyu. Good for them. I'm going to let these guys lock in here. They're locked in, and now we'll go reinforce. And we should outnumber them substantially enough that we should crush them. Pretty easily. Especially with our fancy leader. And we're going to start walking out, I think. Actually, no, we're just going to pull these guys in. Because they're just going to keep coming. Nope, they gave up. Okay. They're going into Habaksar, so right here. They're locked in, I think. No, they've decided to walk away. I mean, that's fair enough. Our manpower is on the low side. That's exciting. So do we get Horde Unity by winning battles as well, maybe? That would be nice. It's increased by looting provinces. Okay. Now that makes sense. That is something I can deal with. How much is it increased by looting provinces? It doesn't say, but some amount, I'm gonna guess. Now Mongolia is not going to be helping us, so we're pretty much on our own in this war. Okay. Chagatai occupied over here, but that's fine. We'll just go crush them. There we go. Easy peasy. Now, these guys are walking into Ili. When are they going to arrive? 18 and 28 September. We've got some time. They've turned around. No, they haven't. They thought about attacking us. Ooh, that's 22k. We should grab this and fall back. When's this primary force going to arrive? (13, 20 October 20). They're pretty spread out here. I'm gonna let this happen. Because of that. Okay, get in here. We need to defend. Oh boy, I don't know that we're going to get there in time. We did not. And they're just piling in troops at this point. Okay. Do we get stack wiped? I mean, I don't actually care. Because I'm just checking out the new changes. But, and I knew that this would be a challenging war because of the 3v1, essentially. But yeah, that's exciting. Okay. I mean, they're going to spread out. They have 14.2k over there, but we can come over here. I want to come up this way, though. And see if we can't take out some of these little stacks. There we go. One down. Ming is influencing more nations. I mean, I'm probably going to end up losing this war, but I also kind of don't care. They're walking into us. Nope. They decided against it. Fair enough. Okay, they're all going to pile in and reinforce here. Nobles are demanding privileges. Oh yeah, we haven't actually looked at our estates. We don't have nobles. I'd rather not lose prestige. We could support the tribes and gain more loyalty. We could gain more manpower and the tribes would lose. Ooh, hello. Ray's host looks awful good. And we're going to do it. We're also going to ask them to contribute warriors, but we're going to support them. And I'm hoping that our better general wins the day here. And he did. Good job. And we're recruiting a lot of cavalry units. Which is somewhere. Up over here? Okay. We're going to keep them there for now. Okay, we caught this guy. That's perfect. And we stack wiped him. That's also perfect. I'm not going to core. And we're just going to group up with our reinforcements once we get up here. So here in another 2 weeks, make that 1 week. Okay, reinforcements, come on in. And I think we may end up. There is no such thing as an insufficient support penalty for us. 100% cavalry is okay. Wow. That's exciting stuff. I mean, it's expensive, but it's exciting. So we may end up actually winning this war. I'm going to send these guys over here to cap back Chugachak. We can also introduce a vision quest and do some black shamanism, which I'm going to go ahead and do. Okay, let's take some territory. What is our CB on? Bekbalik? This guy over here? Ah, that's why they were so keen on taking it back. Oh, look at that. There's a new baby and everybody's happy and not very war exhausted because of it. Okay, whatever. Okay, we've got that. We're going to send these guys over here to take back the war goal. Ah, there's a no guy stack. Okay, we'll just head over to the capital for right now. Moldavia is seeking support from Hungary, huh? Good job, Moldavia. So these guys are just kind of wandering around over here. I'm okay with it. Where are you going? You're going up here. That's fine, honestly. I'm going to wait for these guys to lock in. I didn't notice the 7.7k stack. Okay, we're going to go to Turpan instead. Ah, we're catching a 1 stack. Nice. I like to see that. Okay, these guys are walking up that way. That's perfectly fine. Oh, Ming declared on us. Okay, we're just going to ignore that. Ming can do whatever. We're going to pretend that that didn't happen for the purposes of this playthrough. I'm not surprised. What was their CB? Conquest of Alxa. Okay. Fair enough. How many troops does Ming actually have to start with? Let's check. That's quite a lot. They have 81,000 troops. They're also going to take huge attrition, and their amount of manpower is kind of on the low side. Not as low as ours, though. But I'm really not surprised. Like, if I wanted that to not happen, the way to make that happen would be that we would just become a tributary of Ming. But I'm going to pretend Ming doesn't exist. And for now, we're going to pull 4 units of infantry. And we're going to go beat this stack. Nothing they can do about it. They're just going to die. They're trying to pull us out of there, though. So we need to get back in here. There we go. Had to take 1 more day. Oh, they're going for it? They're actually going for it. They must be planning on bringing in that 5k, but it's just not going to get there in time. Like I said, we're just pretending that Ming isn't doing anything. Mongolia is just running away from them. Because I do need to put an end to this episode here pretty soon. But I want to finish this war up a little bit. Like, grab a little territory from them. So I want to finish this siege of their capital. And then once we have that, which is falling now, I think we can just grab a little territory from them. Let's see, how many reasons? 19? 3, 1, 0. There we go. Okay. So we successfully reconquested, and then we'll shift our troops over to the Chinese front, which is pretty much a doomed mission. They have way more troops than we do, but that wasn't the point. We're currently at 97 Horde unity, so let me just do something about that, and we will go ahead and raise the previous Chagatai capital. So that'll lower its development by 3, and will give us 3 Horde unity and a bunch of monarch power to boot. And there we go. Excellent. Well, that was a little bit of a taste of the new version of Europa. Like I said, the Tonga game will still be on the old version. I will not be playing it on this particular version. However, I think that's where I'm going to end it. So subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.